Tim, what got you into, we're just going to start off, what got you into C10s?
I guess once I went to the C10 Nationals with the Alley truck, I just fell in love with them after that.
This is Faith Family Cars Podcast. I'm Jerry.
I'm Zach.
Hit the key.
I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came to me. That was Matthew 25:35-36.
Hey guys, welcome back to Faith Family Cars Podcast, and we are glad that you tuned back in to this episode of Shop Talk. We're going to jump into something that we've been talking about since the 1st of January, right?
Yep.
And we said in our last Shop Talk episode, I believe we said this, I think we did,
so.
that we were going to roll out some new information on our first annual Faith Family Cars Cruise-In. So Zach, I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
We've been working really hard on this. We've been working to put all the details together, and we're getting real close to having everything finalized. And so right off the bat, you guys already know we announced the date was June 7th. But Zach, what time can they expect this?
Well, we're gonna start it at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna go till 4, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm very excited.
So we got a 6-hour event.
Yep.
And we set it up at this time frame kind of for a little bit of a reason, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we're wanting all you guys, like we've said before, headed to Power Tour. You're going to be rolling up 65, a lot of you, I-65, and you're going to pass an exit 112 in Kentucky on I-65 North. And that exit is the exit where this event will be. And it is 2.5 miles from the exit ramp. So you're not having to go out of your way very far. And we're ending this at 4 p.m. So it still gives you time to get 2.5 hours to Indianapolis, whatever hotel you're going to be staying at, and be able to spend the night there, to be able to jump in the car Sunday morning and go pick up your credentials and spend the day in Indianapolis.
Yep.
That's if you're heading up on Saturday. Come by, spend a few hours with us, and this is going to be a blast because we have got so many things that's going to be going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first off, I want to announce, because I don't think we've announced this, maybe we have, but we're going to be doing a live podcast from the Cruise-In.
Yeah.
Now, that's going to be a little crazy.
Yeah, I'm nervous about that.
Yeah, but your car could be featured in that podcast because we're going to be walking the lot, and we're going to be talking to some of you guys and talking about your cars. And I think it's going to make for a great podcast. And, it'll be aired live, and then we'll also be putting it on our YouTube so that you can go back and look at it later if you can't catch it while it's live. But also at this event, something that I'm pretty excited about is we're going to be having what we're calling the Troutman's Truck Corral. Mm-hmm. So that is going to be sponsored by Troutman's Dry Goods, which is a local Western apparel store here in our community. And they've been gracious enough to sponsor the Truck Corral, and it's going to be only for four-wheel drive trucks. And we're going to have a whole field area set up just for these trucks to park in and to show off their cool rides, their lifted trucks, and their trucks with mud boggers and trucks with 14, 15, 16-inch wide wheels on them.
Hey, bro, that's your son right there.
Yeah, no. All these trucks that these young guys like. Yeah. Hey, we wanted to make a spot for them because guess what? It may not be our thing, and I'm not going to say if it's your thing that there's anything wrong with it, because just like my youngest son loves these trucks, but this is their way to be involved in the car community, right?
Yep.
And I don't care what their style is. If they want to get out and work on their cars and they want to lift their trucks and they want to put lighting on it and they want to modify their motors and their suspensions, then man, they're learning something. They're getting out there and they're turning wrenches. So we wanted to support all of them too. And hey, there's going to be some Bubba trucks there too, you know, with mud boggers and bulldogs.
Old school stuff.
Yeah. So let's get I just think it's going to be awesome, and let's support these guys. And I'm happy that Troutman's has partnered with us to support these guys. It's going to be really cool for them. And what else have we got going on, Zach?
Well, if you bring your kiddos, definitely bring your kiddos first of all, because kids need to be introduced to the car community.
That's
They
right.
need to be involved, so we can have a new generation of car enthusiasts. So if you bring your kiddo with you, every kid that comes gets a free Hot Wheel, and that Hot Wheel is it's cool. They get a toy. That's cool, but it serves another purpose. We will have Hot Wheel races all day, and they can pay $1 to enter in
to run their Hot Wheel down the track.
We have a track that they're going to be able to race their Hot Wheel on.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be fun. I know if I was a kid, I would have loved that.
Yep. So we're also going to have a silent auction with different things that have been donated from the community.
Let me mention all that. The money from the Hot Wheel races goes to support the youth group at Field of Grace.
Our Shift Ministries is the name of our youth ministry. Yep. And yes, all that will go to support them. They've got camp that they're going to be going on, and they've got different events coming up that they're going to be trying to host, and they need to raise funds to be able to do that, just like everybody else does. So we will also be having our silent auction. The silent auction, all the proceeds from that, will be going to, some specific ministries that our church partners with, and those will be listed on the flyer. You'll see those. It's going to be going directly to them. We will also be selling T-shirts.
Yeah, we're going to have merchandise.
Yeah.
We're going to have merchandise there. Yeah. We'll have, event T-shirts, and I think we're going to have just a Faith Family Cars kind of basic shirt. We're going to have a special shirt.
Yeah.
We'll have a special shirt there.
We're going to get into that at a later date.
Okay. Later.
The event T-shirts, though, all the proceeds from the event T-shirts will also go to these ministries. So then we're also going to have some food trucks. We're going to be having some door prizes. What else we got going on? Man, we got a whole list of things.
Well, every car that comes for the show itself, not just to be a spectator, but for the Cruise-In, if you have your car to show off, you will be getting a special event sticker. And then if you're a part of the truck corral, you're going to get a different sticker.
For the truck corral. Have the truck corral logo on it.
Who doesn't love an event sticker? I mean,
how awesome is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you don't put it on your car, you throw it on your toolbox or wherever. So I hope everybody puts it on their car, because when you see the logo, and you may have already seen the logo when this airs, because we're going to be dropping it really soon. When you see the logo, it's a pretty cool logo. It's a FaithFamilyCars logo. And then this Cruise-In is being hosted by Field of Grace Church. So we've incorporated both logos and made one. And I think it's pretty cool.
I think it looks good. So, I like it.
Yeah. It's, so guys, come out and look. Like I said, we're 2.5 miles from the exit ramp. So if you're running up 65, take a couple hours and come to this. This is an event that is free to everybody. Mm-hmm. And even if you're just coming as a spectator, it is free to everybody. Yep. We're asking for donations that will fund these ministries that we partner with.
It's not required.
But we're asking for it. Mm-hmm. And all the proceeds for everything we do that day, whether it's the live auction, the T-shirt sales, and the Hot Wheel races, that's all going to go. And we've got some other things that are in the works too. That's all going to go to these ministries. Okay. And these ministries are dear to our hearts. They're dear to the church's hearts. Mm-hmm. We give to these ministries, and our church gives to these ministries as well. So guys, come out and support Faith Family Cars. We're going to have our tent set up.
We're going to have all our cars.
We're going to have all our cars there. And we're going to have some merch there that's getting ready to roll out that you guys are going to see real soon.
Very excited for the merch, so y'all be ready.
So come and support us. Come and support this live podcast. Come and support our first Cruise-In, guys. We are super excited about this. And this Cruise-In, like I said, we made it a Cruise-In because I'm not all about the car show scene, okay?
I'm not either.
And if you are, that's okay, man. It is awesome. But I've never been one to care about having my car judged, Yeah. I build my car for me, and because I like it. And whether it's my Mustang, whether it's the F100, it's for me. And I really don't care. It's cool when other guys like your car, when other guys are looking at your car and they're asking you about stuff because they want, some ideas for theirs.
I don't want someone with a notepad coming over.
Yeah, so I don't care about
boxes.
that. And not only that, with car shows, especially local car shows, you sometimes have some guys that get upset with each other. They get upset with the judges.
There's also a fee to enter those.
Yeah, there's a fee to enter. So we want this to be a community outreach, okay? Because not only are we going to have our booth set up, our church will have its booth set up, and we will have a couple. I'm working on a couple other people that are going to have some tents set up too, and some things that you guys are going to want to see. So our church will be able to do an outreach. Our shift students are going to have a tent set up. They're going to have their outreach going on. So this is a community event. All right. So guys, show up, show out, bring your cars. Let's hang out and have a good time together, because I think it's going to be a blast. And I think we're going to have a good time just hanging out and talking to each other, man. And I hope to see a lot of our friends from the podcast here, and it's going to be awesome. So June the 7th, 10 to 4. Don't miss it. There's going to be lunch, food trucks there. Yeah. So you don't have to leave. You can just hang out for that 5-6 hours and have a good time with your car buddies. And if you're on your way to Power Tour, what a better way to kick off Power Tour.
Yeah, stop in and then head out when it's over.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Which we'll be heading out
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, yeah. Yep. So we'll be going to Power Tour too. So we got time for it.
Yeah. Hey, and if you want to stay and spend the night, our local town has plenty of hotels.
Plenty.
So there's plenty of hotels. This is in Lebanon Junction, Kentucky. The town right north of it, 5 miles, Shepherdsville, Kentucky, has plenty of hotels, plenty of restaurants. You can spend the night right there and then head on up to Indy on Sunday morning. And we're going to be heading up to Indy Sunday morning. And, maybe it might be a little bit after, we may go to church first and then head up. But
definitely going to church first.
Then head on up. But we'll be heading up Sunday. Take care of there. Yeah, we'll be heading up Sunday and getting our credentials. And we will be in Indy on Monday, and we will see you guys there. It's going to be an awesome time.
Yep.
So with all of our Shop Talk episodes, if you've noticed lately, we've been featuring a project car. Yeah. So Zach, this week we've got something that I think is pretty awesome.
I think this one's a little bit past the project phase. I think it's done, but
well, okay. So in this video, there are 2 trucks.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And one person, 2 trucks. One truck is completed. The other truck is about 2 weeks from completion.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it still is a project car feature. We're still playing into the title we've given it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But these were and still are project vehicles.
Yeah.
They were
projects never finished.
Yeah. They were bought because one of them was what this gentleman dreamed of wanting. And then the other one is just because he decided to do another one.
Yeah.
So now, this is one of our friends from church. His name's Tim Miller, and I reached out to him because last year on Father's Day, we had a little cruise-in on Father's Day, and he brought his C10. Yeah, C10, guys.
Yeah.
And
we're not just a Ford-only podcast.
No, and it was beautiful. This truck is beautiful.
It's a very, very nice truck.
And him and his son built this truck together, and hey, we hope you enjoy this video. Hey, guys, I'm here with Tim Miller for another feature. And this truck behind us probably doesn't really look like a project truck, but it's been Tim's project for several years. And this is a really clean 72 C10. And we're going to have Tim tell us a little bit about it today. Tim, what got you into, we're just going to start off, what got you into C10s?
I guess once I went to the C10 Nationals, I just fell in love with them after that.
That's usually what happens, isn't it?
And I started, and I found me a 69 short bed. And it was a pretty rough old truck with 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the column. And I fixed the truck up, and it kind of all started from there. And I fixed it up, made a little money on it, and just kind of worked my way up to what I was really looking for.
Okay, which was the 72?
The 72.
All right.
And I really wanted one with the air conditioning on it, and I wanted a short bed, but had a hard time finding that. So I found this truck, which was a long bed. Me and my son, and with the help of a couple other guys, we cut it down and it's got the original bed on it. The cab's original. The fenders are original. It's never been cut on, other than the bed cutting down to a short bed. So we found this truck, and we put it together. In fact, we put air conditioning on this truck. So the two things I was really looking for, I didn't find, but I found one that was rust-free.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know, I ain't gonna find one that's rust-free, so I'm gonna have to modify it and put air on it and cut the bed down. So that's what we did.
So you know a little bit about the history of this truck.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us where you got it and some of the history about it?
I bought this truck in Louisville. I bought it from the original owner. He had it pulled up in his driveway with the for sale sign in the back window. And I didn't see the truck. A guy, a friend of mine said, hey, there's a C10 over off Preston. He said, you ought to ride by and look at it. It looks clean. So I rode over there, talked to the guy. I seen it was rust-free, and he told me what he wanted for it. And I'm like, man, I got to get that truck. So I scraped up the money, went back over there and bought it. But this guy bought this truck new in Michigan, and it only spent a short time in Michigan, and then it went back to North Carolina.
Because I was going to say, you don't find a rust-free truck out of Michigan.
Oh, no. So it spent its whole life in North Carolina, and then when he retired, he came back to Louisville. But it's got all original paperwork from when he bought it new. The motor, transmission's all original. All the drivetrain's original. I guess the only thing that's really been modified is I put air on it and cut the bed down.
Okay.
And me and my son did all the work on this truck right here in this garage.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Well, how about we do a little walk around, and you can show us a little bit more about this truck.
Okay. It's all original in there. The dash and the door panels, none of that stuff's been painted. That's all original. The seats, it did have a bench seat in it. I always wanted a truck with bucket seats, so I had these seats built for this truck. And then, of course, new carpet. The sun visors are all original, door panels. The dash pad is a new dash pad. The steering wheel column, or the steering wheel, is an aftermarket steering wheel because it's smaller than the original one. The original steering wheels are just so big.
Yeah, they're huge.
But the steering column is all original in it.
So the door panels are all original too?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The wood grain still looks so good on it.
Yeah, it's just
even though it's a little faded out on this one. Is the dash panel, is that one original?
The bezel is new on the dash panel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this truck is beautiful. It is beautiful inside. So tell us a little bit about this paint. Because this is to me, the blue and the white is probably one of the prettiest colors on this truck. But I think that you did the paint work, right?
Yeah, I did all the paint work on it. That's all I've ever done my whole life is painted. So I painted the truck. It's original blue. It's the original blue that came out on the truck. It was not white in the center. I added that to it. It was a solid blue truck. Yeah, but I always loved this blue. It's just called a medium blue is all it is.
It is beautiful. So you've done paint and body your whole life, and we're showing another truck over here. I think everybody's going to get a glance of here in just a minute, but why don't you raise the hood, show us that all original motor underneath there.
And that's all original other than I've added air conditioning to it.
Yep. So how many miles is on this truck?
This truck is showing like 86,000.
Wow.
And I'd say they're original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the original owner, he probably didn't really drive it a whole lot either.
No, It's then I got all the original paperwork where it was bought. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, where it was bought in Michigan.
Yeah.
And that's really something to have, in the original owner's manual. And yeah, a lot of guys, it's like, man, you need to put LS in that and all that stuff. I'm like, no, I just want to leave it. I like to leave stuff as original as possible.
Mm-hmm. But that makes a good cruising motor.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to cruise, you don't need all the power you're going to get out of an LS. And to me, I like the originality of that motor.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
it's
It's
beautiful.
been to the C10 Nationals this year. Be the third year.
Nice.
It's been down there and drove it down. I don't want nothing that I'm gonna have to haul. I want to drive them. So it's ain't had no trouble. Knock on wood, I guess you could say. But yeah, me and about 4 other guys, we go together, and so it's a lot of fun.
So does your wife enjoy driving in this truck?
And she does, but she hadn't been to the Nationals with me. But she does like to ride in it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Well, I'd say the air conditioning helps out with that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So in the background here, we've got another C10, another Cheyenne, just like the blue one, but this one's got that beautiful, I mean, I always call it a mustard color.
It's called an orchard orange.
Okay.
It looks more yellow than it does orange. This is not the original color on this truck. That's the original color in '71 that came out on these trucks, and I always loved that color. I thought if I ever buy another one, I'm going to paint it that color. So that's what I did. The original color on this truck, believe it or not, a lot of guys would say, well, why'd you change that for? The original color is red and white.
Really?
Yeah. So,
but you like this color, so that's why you chose this color.
Yes, and this truck was a basket case when I brought it in here. I mean, it was just pieces and parts. Unlike this truck, this one's been cut on everywhere. I mean, it's got new metal everywhere. But yeah, 2 totally different trucks. When you look at them, you know, people say, well, I like this truck better, and you know, it's just all in your opinions. But me, myself, I know these trucks. But this is a totally different truck than this truck as far as body, with being cut on everywhere, which this one is the original short bed.
Okay.
But this one is, I put a different motor in it, and it's just got an RV cam in it, so it's a whole lot different. But it has factory air on it too.
So is it a 350 in that one?
Yeah.
So why don't you show us around this truck a little bit? I know you're still working on this truck, correct?
Yeah.
It looks done, but guys, it's not quite done.
No, I've still got a couple more weeks worth of work on it if I go at it pretty good, just doing little bits and pieces here and there.
Well, one thing that I like right off the bat is these mirrors. So tell me about those mirrors compared to the other ones. The other ones look kind of like a sport mirror, but I've seen these mirrors, but I don't know anything about them.
I don't know a whole lot about them neither. These doors was 71 doors, and the only thing I can figure out, they had the holes already in them. So I knew it took these mirrors. Them doors on that 72 over there, I mean, that's the kind of mirrors it had on it, so I'm assuming it came out new with them kind.
Okay.
But I like these mirrors a lot better.
Yeah.
You can see better with them too.
Can you?
Yeah.
I think they look neat. That's what I like. I just like the style of them.
Yeah.
All right, we'll look in the inside of this one, and it's got a nice brown seat. I like that.
Yeah. And that is the original seat. Took it to a guy in Louisville, and he stripped it all down and put some bolster in the back end, the bottom of it, and made it a whole lot more comfortable seat.
It looks very comfortable, and it's got aftermarket door panels.
Yes.
Yep. They look good. Vintage air.
Yes.
It's just a really clean truck. Now, I'm assuming you painted the dash on this one.
Yes.
Because you said it was a red and white truck.
Yeah. And it's got tilt wheel. I had to put a column in it, so I went ahead and put tilt wheel in it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Got a nice wood steering wheel.
Yeah.
And I like his kick plates too. Those are really pretty. This truck is beautiful. So you said you got a couple more weeks of work on it.
Yeah.
I noticed the tailgate trim, still got to do some work on that.
Paint it white in the center and put the trim on it.
So as far as on both of these trucks, as suspension goes, what have you done to the suspension on these?
Okay, both of them has got 2.5-inch drop spindles on the front.
Okay.
And then I cut one row of coil spring out on each one of them to bring them down to the height I wanted in the front. Yeah. And then on the back, they got 5-inch springs in the back.
Okay.
And it gives you a good ride. It still rides good, but I think it looks good too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it definitely looks good.
A lot of people say, well, the back end needs to be lowered a little bit more, but I'm like, I'm good with that right there. You know, if I really want it lower, all I have to do is throw a 200-pound bag of corn in the back, and it's there.
In my opinion, I like it tucked just like it is, where the fender is basically sitting right on top of the wheel.
Yeah.
But, so do you have the same size wheels on these?
Yeah, but 20-inch on both of them.
20-inch on both, yeah. And very good wheel choices, at least in my opinion. It's good wheel choices. I really like the Riddlers.
Yeah.
Well, you've got two really beautiful trucks here, Tim, but this isn't all the trucks you have, is it?
No, I got a couple more. One's not here, and then I got a 73 Super Cheyenne with a big block in it that I'm going to start on it next probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So is the yellow C10, is it going to C10 Nationals this year?
Yes, both of these trucks,
will be there.
Nationals.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So you've got two more to start on. You know what? We did not look at the motor on this one right here. We need to look at it. You said it was different.
Yeah. It's just got some chrome stuff on it, and that's basically the way I bought the motor.
Okay.
I got a lot of little things to do underneath here yet.
Now, I noticed you got aluminum radiators in both these trucks also to help with the cooling, I'm sure.
Yeah.
On those longer road trips.
Yeah.
Yeah, the aluminum radiator makes a big difference.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
Just some really clean C10s here. All right, guys, so Tim is a friend of mine from church, and we've been going to church. Well, we've been there for almost 2 years now, and so I met Tim there, and we had a car show, kind of a car show for Father's Day last year, and that's the first time I saw his truck, and the blue truck. I had no idea he had 3 more. So when I talked to him about coming on the podcast to do this, I was like, I really like to have your blue truck on there, and he's like, hey, I've got 3 more. So so we got to see 2 good examples today of restored C10s that Tim has done, and beautiful original-ish trucks. The yellow one's not quite original, but yeah, I mean, what clean rides. And Tim, it is super cool for you to have us in your shop to show us what you do. And guys, we really love all trucks, and I do. I don't care if they're Ford or Chevy.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, but he takes an interest in C10s. I take an interest in F100s. But we're here together. I know I get a lot of a lot of comments about being a Ford guy from you guys. So here's your Chevys. So Tim, man, we appreciate you coming on. And
enjoyed it.
Yeah, guys, we'll see you all next time. All right, guys, I hope you all like Tim's trucks. When I look at his trucks, there is so much to like. Oh, yeah. You know, and the interior in the blue truck, for one, I love the seats in it. Mm-hmm. But when I look at both trucks, I guess one of the things that stood out to me, and this is going to sound really goofy, but on the yellow truck, the mirrors. And I know y'all heard me talk about the mirrors on the yellow truck in the video, but the mirrors on that truck are so unique, and I thought they were so cool. And, he put them on there because he loved them, and it's just a neat small feature that I guess a lot of people don't even look at, is the mirrors. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. But Tim has done an awesome job of these trucks, and he's got 2 more he's working on, and one he's already started on. So a third one, so that he's already started on, and then he's got another one that's going to come after that. So it's pretty cool. Tim's a really cool guy. He is a great champion in our church and works really hard at our church. So we really appreciate Tim. And Tim's going to be part of the Cruise-In, and you will see his truck right there at the Cruise-In before it goes to C10 Nationals.
Cool.
So it's going to be pretty awesome.
Cool.
Maybe he'll have the yellow one there too. You never know. See. So guys, we got a couple other little topics we want to hit on real quick. Zach, you got something you wanted to talk about, didn't you?
Yeah. So drag racing news, I'm the race car guy, I guess.
I know.
I seem to always talk about the racing stuff. But anyway, I wanted to mention Brittany Force's 8th mile run that was record breaking.
Yeah, I
recently.
saw a little bit about that on I think Instagram.
Yeah. So I got everything pulled up here because I wanted to get the exact numbers.
Okay.
But she hit a record of the fastest speed in the 8th mile. And I'm just thinking, okay, when you go to like your local track, right? So we have an 8th mile track that's fairly local to us.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking like the fastest thing I've seen ran there was like a 4 point something second pass, which, I mean, that's fast, but it's
how many miles an hour? I mean,
see, I can't remember, but I'm just thinking like one of the guys I talk about a lot is Brett LaSala.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking his quarter mile speed is 250 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And that is almost a 5-second car in the quarter. Well, Brittany Force went 302.69 mile an hour in the 8th mile.
In an 8th mile.
In the 8th mile.
Holy cow.
50 mile an hour faster than Brett LaSala in a quarter.
That is nuts.
And Brett LaSala's car is insanely fast. But like, I don't know. I mean, this is, it's crazy.
Now, was this a Top Fuel drag car? Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is the real deal. Like, this is like way above what Brett LaSala's car is, obviously, but that's just something I talk about a lot. So just kind of.
Yeah, but just to think about 300 miles an hour.
I know. That's insane.
In an 1/8 of a mile.
Yeah.
That is insane.
So, she clocked a time of 2.936 seconds, which is definitely not it's apparently not a record time. I actually don't know the fastest 8th mile time ever, but still 2.9 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, most cars don't even 0 to 60.
No, I mean, you're talking your fastest street cars 0 to 60 in 2.9. Like I think a Porsche 911 Turbo maybe does it.
Yeah, like maybe 2.5.
The new Corvette might do it around that time.
I mean, cars are getting quicker, but still, like
but that's a 0 to 60 time.
I know.
I mean, she's done hit an 1/8 of a mile and 300 mile an hour at that time.
I know. So
that is insane.
Then something else I think is crazy is because, like,
I don't know. I think I'd be scared. I mean,
I
might even pee my pants to go out fast.
Probably. Well, something else I think is kind of crazy is the 60-foot time, because I watch a lot of Cletus McFarland, and something that they always emphasize is getting their 60-foot time down, because the 60-foot, I mean, that kind of judges what the rest of your pass is going to look like. If you have a horrible 60-foot, I mean, your pass isn't going to look very good.
Yeah.
And, a lot of times they go after like a 1.2 or less with like Mullet, and I think Leroy can run like a 1.1, 1.15 maybe in the 60-foot, which that's very fast, but Leroy's stick shift, so like it's got quicker takeoff and stuff. But anyway, that's besides the point. I'm just thinking, those are the numbers I usually see, 1.1 or 1.2 second 60-foot. Well, her 60-foot was 0.832 seconds.
Oh my God.
It wasn't even a full second to the 60-foot. That's just insane to me.
Oh my goodness. That is crazy.
So
that is crazy.
I don't know. I saw that the other day, and I was thinking 302 mile an hour in the 8th mile.
That is nuts.
What's crazy is like the car I'm building, I'm just hoping to go like a 7.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's already went an 8th mile twice.
Yeah.
By the time I don't even get to the finish line yet.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is nuts.
That is wild.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That she's done that. Now she's got a huge support,
Oh yeah.
Of course, her dad has built this whole program, but
tons of money.
Still, to be doing that, it's
it's
crazy.
Insane.
I wouldn't do it.
I would.
I don't even know if you can pay me enough to do it.
I don't know. I try a lot of things at one time. Yeah. And that might be one of the things I try one time. But then again, I feel like you get addicted to the speed.
And then you want to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
it's pretty insane. And other racing news, TX2K is going on right now.
Okay. What's that? I'm not
So
familiar with that.
TX2K is a big drag racing event. 1320 goes to it and records stuff every year. But this is one of the only events that I know of that has roll racing.
Okay.
So I think I don't know how quick they roll up to. It's probably like 40 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour. But once you cross the beams, so you start back in the like way past the burnout box, like in the prep where the lines come through.
Okay.
Start back through there, roll in, and then when you hit the beams, you take off and race. My opinion, I'm a hardcore believer in roll racing is not real racing. So if you beat somebody in a roll race on the interstate, you didn't actually beat them.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I'm a dig race only kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you hate me for saying that because I will.
There's probably a lot of guys that feel the same way.
I believe it through and through.
I feel the same way.
I know people that talk about roll race and people be like, oh yeah, I'd win in a roll race. I'm like, well, that's not a real race. Unless you have the ability to drop your transmission when you take off, then it's not a real race. I mean, breaking parts is part of racing.
Yeah.
But
well, not only that, to me, the running from a dig is about reaction time.
It's about reaction time. It's about driving your car. Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to tell you right now, 2 350 horsepower cars aren't going to spin on a takeoff from a 40 or 60 roll.
No.
They are going to spin on a takeoff from a dig, and that's real racing. Yeah. But anyway, that's a big tangent we went on. TX2K is a pretty cool event. They have, I think it starts on Wednesday, and they have 3 days of roll racing. And a lot of times you'll get like GTRs and Lamborghinis and Audis and stuff like that do the roll racing stuff. And you'll get your regular, Fox bodies and Mustangs and Camaros and stuff that do the, dig racing. I think dig racing starts like Friday or Saturday or something. But I don't know. It's a pretty big event, and I've seen some crashes from it already. And this dude's GTR caught on fire and like burned it up. But safety equipment is very prevalent in these cars, so everybody's fine. But just thought I'd mention that because TX2K is a pretty big event, and it's happening as we record
so
this.
I'm sure it's all over Instagram,
all over it. Plus 1320 is putting out a video every day, so you get plenty of coverage from it. Yeah. So pretty cool event though.
Everybody can go check that out.
This YouTuber I'll watch is actually there right now. It's and I've never actually seen him race other than on the street, so seeing him race there would be pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so one of the little topics I wanted to bring up, and I just wanted to get your opinion on it. And you guys, when y'all hear what the topic is, leave us a comment, tell us your opinion. But that is the Ford Mach 4. I believe what they're calling it. It's just going to be, well, they've patented the name.
Yes.
But the assumption is it's going to be a 4-door Mustang.
It's like a Mustang sedan.
Yes.
Is it a sedan, or is it going to be, or do we think it's going to be like a hatch?
It might be a hatch. I mean, I don't know, but
because if it's going to be like a Mach-E,
the pictures I've seen is it is a sedan.
Okay.
So it's a sedan. It has a short truck lid on it. It looks very much like all the little drawings that you see of it, which we don't know what Ford's really going to do.
Yeah,
but everybody's assuming it's going to look like a Mustang, and the rear end, the rear glass is going to slope back like a Mustang, but it will have a trunk like a regular Mustang and have 4 doors. Now, a few months back, well, it might have been more than a few months back, Bill Ford did talk about bringing a sedan back into the market. But he was saying until we feel like that sedan can be profitable, we're not going to do that. But to see them patent the Mach 4 name really makes you think that's what they're going toward. So
you want to know my thoughts?
Yeah, I want to know your opinion on it.
Okay, here's my thoughts. If it does not have a coyote option, it's a stupid idea. Yeah. So I've actually got a lot of thoughts. I got a lot of thoughts. I'm going to have to break them all down here.
Let's stop you right there, though, real quick. That has been one of my thoughts. If it has a GT 5.0 option, that would be awesome. Mm-hmm. But my thought is, are they going to go more conservative and offer a GT like 3.5 EcoBoost or a GT 3-liter EcoBoost instead of a 5.0?
Here's my opinions on it. If it turns into something that's like the Mach-E, that's more like a hatch or something like that, that doesn't really look that cool, then, I mean, if it comes with a Coyote, it'll be cool no matter what. If it doesn't come with a Coyote and something like that, I don't care. Don't give it the Mach 4 name or whatever. But if it has a Coyote option, that will be cool, and I'll give you the reason here in a second. But I think that they need to, I think with the 4-doors, unless they want a super long car, they're going to have to shorten the front end of the S650.
Yeah, probably.
Because in my opinion, the S650's front end is so long, and unless you get a dark horse with all the aero and all the stuff that comes on the dark horse, personally, I don't like this.
They probably would have to shorten the front
because
end.
of the front end is so long.
Yeah.
But if they shorten the front end, add the 4-doors, the car's not too much extra long, that'd be cool. But if they had a Coyote, I'm a huge fan of it. And the reason being is because we are finally going back to like the 60s, the 70s, when you could buy a 4-door car
with a big V8.
With a big V8.
Yeah.
And I've wanted that so bad because, like, you know, what makes classic cars these days so cool is you could get any option you want back in the day. Like, if you wanted a 4-door car with a 302 in it, or like a 289, they had a 289 4-door vehicle.
Yeah.
If you could get whatever you wanted and have the V8 option. And they took that out these days, and that's something I hate because, like, you look like the thing that makes and for our generation, I guess, well, we're in different generations, but for our age of people,
we better be in different generations.
That build cars.
Yeah.
The thing that's so cool is classics. You can buy tons of different stuff because there's tons of things that came with V8s or even cool inline sixes or anything like that. Well, what about my kids or my kids' kids? And they go to get a classic car and they have to choose between the Mustang, the Challenger, or the Camaro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those are their 3 options. You know how hard it's going to be to be able to get one affordably?
Oh, yeah.
And, like, that's what's so cool about, old cars back in the day is, like, you could get something from the 60s that's a 4-door with a V8, and nobody wants the 4-door, and you can get it cheaply.
You get it cheap. And you can build a cool car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if they do this now, then my kids' kids one day, when they want to build cool cars, they have this option, too.
Well, one of the things I've thought about, when I look at the Charger, and no longer a Hemi, fully electric, or an inline 6. Even though that inline 6 puts out a lot of power, it does not sound like a Hemi.
No.
So when I think about that, Ford they could jump right in here with this car and pick up all of these people who were buying Scat Packs and all these special editions are going to jump into this Mustang.
It would definitely be good to capitalize right now because, like, Dodge is the laughing stock right now. Have you seen videos of like these cars, like dealerships taking these cars in, to sell? Have you seen any of the videos?
No.
So I've seen videos of people who, like, I saw a TikTok the other day of these guys that work at a shop that I guess is connected to the dealership. They took one of these cars in, and I'm assuming it wasn't there for service, considering it's an electric vehicle. But every time they started it up, everybody in the shop would laugh because the little speaker would come on and they go, "Wow!"
Yeah,
it's
ridiculous.
And it's so funny because they would record it. Like, everybody in the shop that would get in the car would record a video of them getting into it, and you hear someone across the shop laughing.
Yeah,
because it just sounds so goofy.
It does.
You rev it and it just goes immediately to red line. It just doesn't.
Well,
it just doesn't sound.
Here's
good.
the other
it's
thing
so
too.
Stupid.
For the fully electric one, the base price starts at like $80,000.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's not obtainable by the normal middle class family.
Well, and the thing too is it's quick, but it's not quick enough, in my opinion, to be $80,000. I feel like you could get, like, if you want an electric car, you could get like what is the Tesla that's like $40,000? I can't remember which one it is.
Well, I know, and I watched a drag race between. It's like a 3. I don't know. It's the little like
Model 3 or something. Maybe?
Yeah, but I watched
those are
a
fast.
drag race between it and a new Charger, and it beat the Charger.
Exactly. So why would you spend $80,000 on something that looks stupid and has a dumb speaker?
But back to the Mustang, if they offer a 4-door GT 5.0 for the same price that they sell the regular 2-door coupe GT 5.0, which the starting price is around $48,000 to $52,000, I guess, depending on what dealership you're at.
Yeah.
If they can do that, that's obtainable. That's just something I wanted to bring up because I know everybody's got their opinion about a 4-door Mustang. I'm not opposed to it.
I'm for 4-door muscle cars. I think 4-door muscle cars are cool. Just like I was saying earlier, like back in the day, they made 4-door stuff with V8s.
You could get a 4-door car with a big block in it.
It didn't even have to be a muscle car.
No.
I mean, it was just a family sedan, and you got a 289 in it or something,
much bigger than that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get a 429.
You get whatever you wanted.
You get an old Galaxy with a 429.
Exactly.
You could get a wagon, I think, with a 429.
Yeah, and like, bring that back, man.
Yeah.
Bring back wagons. Bring back 4-door muscle cars, 4-door cars with V8s. Bring it back. I've seen people put like Coyotes and Fusions and stuff. That should have been an option. Future enthusiasts they're going to be struggling because they've got 4 cars to choose from: Challenger, Charger, Camaro, and Mustang.
Yeah.
They want to buy a classic car. It's crazy to think that
it is
that a 2020 Mustang will be classic one day, but
it will be.
Still, just I mean, that's all they've got to choose from these, unless they want a 4-cylinder car.
Yeah.
So
we've not covered a whole lot today, but the main thing I wanted us to cover is the Cruise-In, guys.
Yep.
So
very excited.
We're really excited about it, and we've put a lot of hard work into it, guys. So you're going to see the official flyer posted on Instagram. It's going to be posted on Facebook. We'll probably put together some kind of little video on TikTok too, so that you guys get all the information. You know when it is. You know when to be there, and we're going to keep this. Every short time. Every few weeks or maybe even every week, we're going to put it out there so you guys see it and you don't forget about it. And we would ask you to come support us, guys. Come support these ministries, and it's going to be a really fun time. And I hope that we get a big turnout. I really do.
I think we will. I'm excited for it.
So put it on your calendars, guys. June 7th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You need to be there. And I'm excited about some stuff we've got coming up. We've got some guests getting ready to come on that I'm really excited about. And we have, we're trying to put a variety out there. Chevy, Mopar, Ford. And we hope you guys have noticed that we're trying to put a variety out there.
We're not just the Ford guys. I know we get confused as that. And I know that me personally, I trash talk other brands a lot.
Yeah, but it's all fun, guys. Yeah. It's all about fun.
In reality, we love them all.
Yes, we do. So we need your questions for Tech Talk. All right. Tech Talk will be rolling up. We got Bible Talk coming up. And if you've got questions for that still, go ahead and send them in. But we're going to be recording that within days after this episode airs.
Yeah.
So if you got a Bible Talk question, get it in quick. But send us your Tech Talk questions for next month. All right. For April. So we need your Tech Talk questions, and you can send those to faithfamilycars@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram at FaithFamilyCars. You know where to find us. We're the same thing everywhere you look. So one other thing I wanted to mention before I send us out of here, we had a comment come in from someone who actually found us on TikTok, and you never know who you're helping. This guy said that he had been crying and really thinking about his faith and contemplating his walk. And he said that he had really been struggling that day with his faith all day long. He said, I sat down and he said, I opened my phone, I have TikTok up, and the first thing that popped up was your verse. So a lot of you guys don't know, man, this is rough. But my wife does all of the verses and the videos, okay? I don't think we've ever said that.
No, I don't think we've talked about that.
But she takes care of all that, which is a huge blessing. And so she had another verse picked out, and she just didn't feel comfortable with putting that verse up. So she switched it right before she posted it. And to know that verse touched that guy's heart. He said, I opened it up to this. He said, you never know when that angel might come. Basically saying that we were the angel, and God sent that verse to him at a time of need for him. And it was this past Monday's verse, and it spoke to his heart. And he said, my dog walked over to me and he laid his head on my lap, and he said, I just started crying. So we are constantly entertaining angels unaware. Scripture tells us that. And to know that something as small as that simple verse spoke to that guy's heart. He didn't follow us, and I knew he didn't, because the next day we got a post thing on there that said new follower, and it was him. So I thank God for that. It gave me somebody to pray for, somebody additional to pray for. And I thank God that he is using our ministry, and I pray that he's using your ministry. And if you don't have anything you're involved in, pray and ask God to send you into something. Starting your own ministry or working for a local ministry or getting more involved in your church. We are to be disciples, and we never know who that person is that we might be helping. It could be Jesus himself. You never know. It could be his angels. So you never know. I believe that sometimes God tests us just to see our obedience, But I thank God that even a simple little verse can touch someone's heart in a big way and at the right time. So praise God for that. So I wanted to throw that in there just because it meant a lot to me, and I know it meant a lot to my wife, and she puts a lot of time and effort into that. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Maybe it's been encouraging to you. And if it has, just give us a comment. Those comments are uplifting, and they help us, and they encourage us to keep pressing on. So, Zach, let's send us out of here, buddy.
All right. If you like the video and you are watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, leave us a like, leave us a comment. We love getting constructive criticism. We want to try to make this as good as we can. And
we need to keep working at it.
Yeah, we're always trying to step up our game, make it better. So if you've got any ideas or any thoughts about something we could do differently, let us know. If you are listening on Spotify or iTunes or Apple or not, iTunes and Apple are the same thing.
Yeah,
iHeart, all the other podcasting platforms. If you could leave a like or a comment or 5 stars or what, I don't know what you do on other things. I only watch YouTube. So
a lot of people. Well, right now that's our biggest our biggest fan base is on YouTube.
Well, whatever you can do that is good, do it. So
you can leave a 5-star review. You can like us, and you can follow us, and you can leave a comment.
Okay. See, I don't use anything other than YouTube.
So I got to straighten him out because when I listen to podcasts, I listen to them on iTunes.
See, I don't do that. Well, anyway, stay tuned in on YouTube. We're going to be, consistently releasing the podcast every week like we always do.
Yep.
But I think very, very soon we should hopefully have our first actual video out.
Yes.
And little. It might have to do with my car, just maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But we're trying to get that out. It's just been a lot, for me personally, work's been kind of getting in the way with progress on things. Yep. So it's kind of
busy season.
It's very it's peak season at work. So getting out to record for a YouTube video has not been too easy to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's coming. So y'all be ready. Stay tuned. It's probably going to suck because we're new to this.
We're learning. We're learning here.
We're new, but please just watch it. It'll get better eventually.
Yeah.
We just got to get better at doing this. Yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching.
Yeah, we got some great guests coming on, so keep tuning in, guys. Yep. And we love you all. We appreciate you, and we will see you next time.